In this video we will create the coolest and most productive PC out of Lego bricks. Huge backlit case with all the top components. We'll assemble a monitor, mouse, keyboard, and even try to run some game on it. Let's go! The story began when a week ago we received a message about the creation of a computer on the very top hardware from one of our friends.
My name is George, and my old PC is no longer worth it. Instead of 300 it produces 200 frames per second in World of Tanks, no problem. I have my eye on one computer and I want one made from Lego. So let's collect, I'll pay any money.
Mike, we have an order, stop eating, let's go to work.
Crap.
We start by assembling the components. And in order not to disappoint our client, the basis for the Lego computer will be a 4090 video card, a 14th generation i9 processor, 64 gigabytes of RAM. The brain of any computer is the processor. When assembling it, specialists dress in the so-called rabbit suit to prevent excess particles from getting on the crystals.
Brick Fantasy Production presents Mike Terminator T3000.
And if you think that the operating room is clean, then in the rooms where processors are produced, the air is 1,000 times cleaner. It's good that we have a cleanser moisturizer. We will install a 24-core processor in our Lego PC. Yellow parts for contacts, green for the board, and on top we cover everything with a gray cover. Let's add a label to it. The motherboard looks scary. In a computer it serves as the basis for connecting all the main components to each other. First, we will make a large dark gray platform from Lego and estimate the place where the socket will be located or the place where the Intel Core processor will connect to the motherboard. Don't forget about the special lock so that the processor doesn't fall out and run away from George after his unsuccessful run in World of Tanks. RAM slots. I think 2 strips will be enough for us, and much more. They will come with 2 RAM memory sticks of 32 gigabytes each and the contacts, like the processor, are yellow. On top, using our favorite double-sided tape, we attach beveled parts that change from one color to another, giving the dies a slight ribbed surface. A computer needs RAM to temporarily store data that is currently being processed by the processor.
Damn, what a cool RAM. I'll take 2.
George, you will already have 2 of them on your computer.
Oh cool.
Now we can add RAM to the motherboard. And finally, before constructing the video card, we will build an SSD drive. Cool, gray box with gold contacts, you won't immediately understand what it is. George asked for a lot of memory to save recordings of battles in World of Tanks. I think 100 terabytes is enough for him.
Okay.
And now the coolest thing in a PC and the most difficult thing to replicate from Lego is the video card.
What video card are we putting in your computer?
No options, I want 4090.
Let's go. We take the huge dark gray platform again. We outline the places where the cooling coolers will be located. Despite the fact that all 4090 video cards have 3 coolers for better cooling, we made 2.
Mike, why are there 2 coolers?
No details, boss.
What if George's computer overheats and explodes?
In addition to coolers, we will add various memory microchips, capacitors, and some tubes to the video card board, and then we will make everything into cubes to get a frame. Using the great and indispensable double-sided tape, we will make the walls of the ports so that it looks like a real connector, and around them we will add some tubes for decoration. George, are you okay?
Fine.
Let's get out of there and connect the video card. In order for the video card to be visible in all its glory, we decided to place it not on the side, as is usually done in assemblies, but parallel to the motherboard, so that the coolers would look at us. We designed the connector, adjusting it to the length of the yellow contacts and something like fasteners. Do you feel how our Lego PC has immediately transformed?
I have a feeling when it will be possible to play World of Tanks.
Wait, George. We need connectors on the motherboard for all the peripherals. It was very difficult, but magic, brilliant ideas and direct hands helped create something very similar to USB connectors and audio equipment plugs. We almost forgot about cooling the processor. Let's try to create a tower cooler from Lego. The most difficult thing here is the fan with the blades. Does this design remind you of anything? But what will power this entire system? Of course, a 1200-watt power supply. It is necessary to create a large gray box with cool inside so that George's computer can withstand the required voltage of all components with a reserve. Air outlets, fans, compensators, capacitors, radiators and other strange things that are inside. We cover everything with walls. And the main feature of the Lego block will be the power button. Look how cool it switches. And we begin to create a Lego case. And it will require simply millions of parts for the platform to fill the space inside for the high walls. And after its construction, the boxes, previously filled with chock full of parts, will look something like this. First level. We fill the case and place the power supply in a place specially prepared for it. On the front panel we make space for 2 USB connectors and a PC power button. Mike sacrificed one of the switches from his keyboard for this button. And by gluing a black piece onto it, we get a 1-to-1 turn-on sound, like on a real computer.
Cool.
Second level. Using these parts, we will mark the place for the motherboard and easily place it on them. Long, powerful, able to withstand even a blow from one finger. Or not. After we ran out of white parts, we decided to use sand ones. Therefore, the lower floor will be white and the upper floor will be beige. For better cooling, we attached 2 additional coolers on top.
Mike, where does the air come out? There is a wall right there, but there should be some kind of lattice. What's the point of these coolers then?
Okay, we have a Lego computer, so we can leave it like that. But it is better to seal the edges of the body with smooth white parts. It looks much more beautiful and aesthetically pleasing, because the details are arranged in a checkerboard pattern, like the brick walls of a house. Now the motherboard can be easily, effortlessly removed and attached back.
So, I don't understand why everything is open. Where is my glass?
Don't be angry, George. We have already ordered glass. And by cutting off the excess edges, straightening it, pressing it with a tile, we get tempered luxury glass for our Lego computer with a thickness of 2 millimeters. I had to tinker with the lighting. We almost completely disassembled the case to extend the LED strip from the back of the case. It got stuck in parts and stopped working, thanks to the Spetafor store for quality products. But after a million years it's ready, and just look how cool our Lego PC looks. All that remains is to add a few stickers to make the computer look like a pro gaming build. For the video card, a GeForce RTX sticker, a badge on the front panel and a large digital Razer logo.
I have 2 questions. Why is my backlight from a traffic light and why is the logo crooked?
Now the main question, how will George play in World of Tanks? Therefore, we will add all the peripherals to our cool system unit. Monitor. What do you see when you look at old Boba Fett's Starship Slave 1? Yes, this is a stand for our future monitor. So Boba, today is not your day, move over. We remove the plate with information on the ship, and, having slightly modified the stand, we take it for ourselves. And Slave 1 remains sat on the sidelines. A monitor is a huge plate with pixels, so we make the same thing out of Lego, only instead of pixels we will have Lego pins. On the front side we will depict the turned-on desktop. In the very center, of course, is the name of the channel, and at the bottom are the Windows buttons, My Computer, Folder, and Google Chrome. Along the edges of the monitor we make a cool frame from dark gray smooth ones. At the back we create a structure for attaching the screen to a stand, so that it holds tight and does not fall on George during a sweaty skating rink. We made so-called pins, and by inserting them into the right holes the monitor holds tightly and does not fall out.
This turned out cool, handsome guys. It's a gun in my ass. What's on the keyboard?
To be honest, we built the keyboard for several days. This was the most steamy part of the computer. After all, we wanted to make each key press like on a real keyboard. And that's the rub, how to make it out of Lego. But no way. Taking out 87 Chinese switches. These switches cause the buttons to return to their previous position after they are pressed, thanks to small springs inside. But first, let's start with the frame. The base for everything is simply huge, a gigantic white platform. With details we begin to raise its level, leaving empty spaces for future keys. And we immediately apply our great double-sided tape there, which has helped us out more than once when assembling Lego PCs. And now comes the hard part, the keys. For this we will need the same switches from Mike's old keyboard, and they will go with no less Chinese round parts that I used to build trees in the city of Raven Brooks. We stuff a little paper inside each of these parts, add a drop of superglue and place it on the switch for 8 to 10 minutes so that it sticks. And we do this with each key. As a result, We ended up with a huge mountain of press keys. And, having put them in their places, let's carry out tests. George, come here.
Wow, just like the real thing, even the sound is the same. No wonder they fussed so much.
Last but not least is the mouse. We prepared all its elements in advance, so we combine them into a single structure and admire the result. The wheel spins, the buttons click, and the design itself looks awesome. Now all the devices can be installed on the system unit and we get a gaming computer from Lego, which we built for more than 3 weeks. It all looks and feels like you're actually sitting at a real PC. And yes, don't forget, this is the most powerful Lego computer in the world, which means it's time to check how much FPS it will produce in Minecraft. We sit down, turn on the computer, and go into Minecraft. How many? 9,999 FPS. George will definitely be pleased. And Brick Fantasy was with you. Bye.